Hello everyone and welcome to Greyhammer. This is undoubtedly going to be a two-part video because I got a late start recording it as well. So let's just get into it. Battle traits we've already gone over um, in a short, so I'll just pause here so you can look at them, and we'll move to the battle formations. So you've got the Sentinels of the Bleak Citadels, pick friendly Ruination Chamber, and they get a ward of 5 up once per turn in any hero phase. Pretty powerful. Passive synchronized strikes add 1 to hit rolls for combat attacks made by friendly warrior chambers wholly within 12 inches of any non-hero Stormcast Eternals units that do not have the warrior chamber. Vanguard wing once per turn in your movement phase. You can pick a friendly Vanguard chamber unit that's not in combat. On a 3-up, remove it from the battlefield, set up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 from enemy units. And Lightning Echelon, once per turn in any combat phase, you pick a friendly Extremist chamber that charge this turn. On a 3-up, they get strike first. Heroic traits, you get either Staunch Defender. When he's contesting objective in friendly territory, add 3 to the control scores of all friendly Stormcast Eternals units contesting that objective. Shock and Awe, each time a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit is set up wholly within 12 of this ability unit using the Signs and Storm ability. Subtract 1 from hit rolls that target that unit. Or Envoy in the Heavens. If a friendly unit was destroyed, pick a visible friendly Stormcast Eternals unit wholly within 12. They get a ward of 5 up. Then the artifacts, once per battle, end of any turn, you've got Null Pendant, pick an enemy unit in combat, subtract 5 from the target's control score. In the combat phase, you've got Quicksilver Drop. They get strike first, or Mirror Shield. They cannot be targeted by shooting attacks unless the attacking model's within 9 inches of it. Spell lore, you've got Lightning Blast. You pick a friendly Stormcast Eternals, then pick the closest visible enemy unit to it. If 2 or more are equal distance, you can pick whichever one you want and inflict D3 mortal damage to the target. Unlimited, casting value 5. Thundershock, casting value 6. Pick a visible enemy unit within 12 and subtract 1 from wound rolls. And then Starfall, casting value of 7. Pick a enemy infantry or cavalry unit within 18 and subtract 1 from the number of dice they roll when charging. Prayer lores, you need 4 ritual points for Healing Storm. Pick a visible friendly Stormcast Eternals unit wholly within 12. Heal D3 to the target. If it's a roll of 8, heal 8 D3 to each visible target wholly within 12. Bless weapons, ritual 6. Pick a Stormcast Eternals wholly within 12. Add 1 to the attacks of their melee weapons. If it was a 12 plus, the ability affects all visible Stormcast within the range. And translocation, ritual points 4. Pick a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit wholly within 12. Remove the target and set it up anywhere on the battlefield more than 9 from all enemy units. In addition, if this chanting roll is an 8 plus, subtract 1 from hit rolls. And then Manifestation, Dias Arcanum is 6, Celestial Vortex is 6, and Everblaze Comet is 7. Liberators, pretty standard. You add 3 to their control scores while they're contesting objective in friendly territory. Vanquishers get an extra damage, so they're damage 2 against an enemy unit that has 5 or more models. I really wish that I had taken it in this battle report, but that battle report should get to you probably Friday, is going to be my guess. Get excited. Vindictors, they're anti-charge, and if they did not charge in our combat with an enemy unit that did charge, on a 4-up they get strike first. Celestant Prime has one of the most useless abilities of all time. If he's in the Celestial round, you can subtract a battle round number from 10, so starting with 9, to determine this unit's strike zone. Set up this unit on the battlefield more than a number of inches equal to the strike zone from all enemy units. So if you bring him down on turn 5, you can bring him down 5 inches away from enemies. Or he has a 12-inch move, and you're 9 inches away at the start of the turn from enemy deployment. So you're 18 inches away, so you can close the distance pretty quickly. I think it's useless. you can get within 6 inches of an enemy unit in the first turn. Or you could use this ability. Comet Strike Scepter. Each time it attacks with its Comet Strike Scepter, if the attack scores a hit on a 2-up, you just inflict D3 mortal damage. It also has a ward of 5-up. Gerda's Steel Soul. He's got the Aura of Purity. If you charge this turn for the rest of the turn, Stormcast Eternal units have a ward of 5-up while they're wholly within 12. Saintly Assault. Once per battle in your charge phase, you pick up to 3 visible Stormcast Eternals infantry units wholly within 6. For the rest of the turn, you add 1 to the charge rolls. And you add 1 to the attack's characteristic of their melee weapons. Also has a ward of 5-up. Knight Arcanum, really good anti-manifestation. You add 1 to casting rolls when it uses a summon ability, and add 1 to banishment rolls. Enemy manifestations cannot pass through or end any move within the combat range unless it started that move within the combat range, and it has a ward of 4-up against manifestation damage. Knight Draconis, you've got a reaction when your opponent declares a spell ability. If this unit or a friendly Storm Drake Guard unit wholly within 12 was picked to be the target on 4, but ignore the fact this unit can use this ability more than once per phase, but only once per spell ability. Wrath of the Draconith, once per turn in the combat phase, pick a friendly Storm Drake Guard. On a 2-up, add 1 to the attack's characteristic of both this unit's and the target's Draconith's Fangs and Talons. And then passive Extremist Chamber, where this is going to be a recurring theme. Each time you make an unmodified save roll of 6, for a combat attack that targets this unit, inflict mortal damage as they lash out. Knight Judicator, pretty good bow. Gets 2 Gryph-hounds tokens. If this unit was not set up this turn and any of its units Gryph-hounds are on the battlefield, pick an enemy within 12. Roll dice on a 1, remove 1 of them from the battlefield. On a 2-up, pick 1 of this unit's Gryph-hounds that's next to this unit or next to an enemy unit and place it next to the target instead. While any of this unit's Gryph-hounds are next to an enemy unit, add 1 to hit and wound rolls for this unit's shooting attacks at target. And if the enemy unit is destroyed and removed from the battlefield, place those Gryph-hounds next to this unit. Knight Questor. Heroic Retribution. When you declare a fight, you can also pick a friendly quest or Soulstorm to use the fight ability. In the deployment phase, you pick an objective wholly outside of friendly territory, and it's quest marked. While the Knight Questor is contesting it, you add 3 to its control score, and it has a ward of 5-up. Knight Relictor's a priest. You pick an enemy unit within 12 inches in the shooting phase. On a 2-up, subtract 1 from ward rolls made by them. Knight Vexilor, one of the best units in the game, in my opinion. You pick in any hero phase, you pick D3 friendly Stormcast Eternals units wholly within 12 inches of this unit to be the target, and then add 3 to the target's control score and heal D3 each target. Lord Aquilar can shoot and charge, and even if it ran a retreat. Pretty fast character, and if it's not in combat, you can pick up to 2 friendly Vanguard Paladors that are not in combat, remove it and the targets from the battlefield. Set this unit more than 9 from enemies, and set up each target wholly within 12 inches of this unit at more than 9 from enemies. So it basically can teleport your light monstrous cavalry. So it's still kind of heavy cavalry, but Lord Celestant, you've got Furious Retribution. When you declare a fight, you pick a friendly non-hero Warrior Chamber Infantry. They get to fight after. If picked to do so, you add 1 to wound rolls. Lord Celestant on Dracoth has the Extremist Chamber ability, and you can pick a non-hero Extremist Chamber Cavalry unit that's not used the fight ability, and they can fight afterwards. A lot of very similar things. We're just going to chew through a lot of these units. Bastion Carthlos, one of my favorite models. In the passive is each time a friendly Stormcast Eternals unit wholly within 12 uses the all-out attack command, no command points are spent. Really, really strong. The Castellan of Azir, you pick up to 3 friendly Stormcast Eternal units, and they use the normal move ability in the deployment phase. And then Mantle of the First Storm, if any enemy models were slain by this unit's attacks this turn, heal 4. Super easy to kill a model with his attacks. Put him in infantry and he's pretty much invincible. Lord Imperatant, you've got the loyal Gryphound. Well, he has a ward of 5 up while he's got a Gryphound token, but an unmodified save roll of 1 removes it from the battlefield. And then once per battle in your movement phase, you pick up to 3 friendly Eternals units holding within 12 that were set up using Scions of the Storm. They can then move D3. They cannot move into combat, but that's not really applicable. Lord Relictor, add 1 to the chanting rolls. So simple priest character. Lord Veritant, he's also a priest. He's Ruination Chamber, which gives him the passive to make a resistance roll of d6 on a 4 up the ability. That's once per turn per army. It was picked to be a target of a non-core ability, so like a spell. Apologies for that notification. But passive is Sense Unholy Sorcerer. He has a Crow token. Subtract 1 from casting rolls and chanting rolls for enemy units within 12 of this unit, while the Griff Crow. Unmodified save rolls, you remove the Griff Crow. Staff of Abjuration, he can unbind as if he's Wizard 1. Got a little bit longer before I need to wrap this up for part 1. Neve's Companions, pretty useful unit, pretty tanky, and they get the Shield of Vizier while they're wholly within the combat range of the Black Talons heroes. They get a ward of this unit, and the friendly units get a ward of 5 up. So the Black Talons heroes include Neve Black Talon, who can add 1 to the damage characteristic of its whirlwind axes that target heroes. Its Vanguard Chamber, so it gets that same passive, and Wind Rider, if it is in combat or charge, this unit can make a pylon move. Then, if this unit is in combat, you must pick 1 or more enemy units to be the targets of this unit's attacks. Resolve combat attacks against the target units, then roll a dice. On a 3-up, remove this unit from the battlefield, set it up on the battlefield more than 3 from all enemy units, wholly within the combat range of a friendly. The Black Talons unit, that is not in combat, so you can bring it to this guy, or to Lorai, who's another Black Talons hero. Aquatic Illusion, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks that target this unit. And casting value 6, Nebulous Sea Fog until the start of your next turn, while a friendly Black Talons unit is wholly within 6 inches of this unit. If the unmodified hit roll for a shooting attack that targets the unit is a 1 to 5, the attack fails and the attack sequence ends. I think I could just finish Vanda's Hammerhand. You add 3 to the controls of friendly warrior chambers that are near him, wholly within 12. For some odd reason, he's not Extremist Chamber, even though he rides a Dracoth. Interesting. You pick a friendly non-hero warrior chamber to fight after him. If it does so, add 1 to the hit rolls. And we'll just cover Yindrast because I think she's so cool. And we already did. You double the damage characteristic of Thingvar for attacks that target monsters. You roll 3d6 for the charge, ward of 5 up, and you ignore negative modifiers to the control scores of friendly Stormcast Eternals while they're wholly within 12. That's going to end this episode, so I can get this exporting and publish, because I'm currently trying to fill this backlog. But part 2 will come out tomorrow. I'll do my best to get that finished up in just the 2 parts. There are a lot of units. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what unit you're most excited to see, as always. And I'll see you in the next episode. Goodbye.